I want to thank you all for coming. After 17 years, I would like to announce my retirement from the Miami Dolphins. After playing the game of football for most of my life, this was an extremely difficult decision. But I know that I've made the right decision for me and my family. I'm very proud of the success that we have had as a team for 17 years, as well as all my individual accomplishments. Not many people have the opportunity to spend 17 years of their life doing what they truly love to do. And I stand here before you today. I can say that I have been blessed with a career greater than I could have ever imagined. I'm extremely proud of the fact that I was able to play 17 years for the Miami Dolphins. And I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss everything about it. I'm going to miss the relationships with the players. I'm going to miss the fans. I'm going to miss the great friends that I've made over this time. I'm going to miss all the good times that we've had together. But most of all, I'm going to miss Sunday afternoons. There are not many situations in life that can compare to the emotions, the competition, and the preparation that go into a football game. And it is a great game. I've been blessed over the years to have a great family and support from them. And today they are here. My mother and dad are here. I want to thank them for everything over the years, the support that they have given me. And it's special because through my whole career and ever since I've been a little boy, they've been able to watch every game that I've played. There's not many guys that can say that. To my dad, he's the best coach I've ever had. Thank you both. To my wife, Claire, we've been through this 16 years together. We've had a lot of ups and downs, but we've accomplished a lot of things. You've always been by my side. You're an incredible mother, and you're my best friend. Thanks. And we have 5 fabulous children: Michael, Dano, Joey. Joey's just smiling, huh, Joe? This is not easy, Joe. Allie and Nikki. Guys, I would always be hopeful. I was always hopeful that I would play long enough for them to see me play the game that I love. And they were able to do that. And I hope that they always have fabulous memories of me being a Miami Dolphin. Thanks, guys. There are so many people that I would like to thank, starting with the Robbie family. I want to thank the late Joe Robbie and his son Tim for giving me the opportunity to play here. And a special thanks to the Huizinga family, Wayne and Marty. You have always been very supportive. And it was an honor to have been a part of your football team. But most importantly, I want to thank you for your friendship. And I am honored that Coach Shula is here today. Coach, not only have you been a tremendous impact on my career, but you have taught me how to be a true professional. And I'm very proud of the fact that we were able to win more games than any other coach quarterback combination in the history of football. I thank all the coaches that I've worked with over the years and all the great players. To the Dolphin staff, the people that are in the building here that you see each and every day. To our team president, Eddie Jones, thank you. To the guys that work and help the players and what they're doing each and every day. The equipment staff, Tony Eggways, Charlie, Joe, guys that are important to the players. The guy that's not here anymore is Bobby Monica. He's a friend. The trainers, guys that take care of me, get me in shape, try to make me the player that I am. Ryan Vermillion, Troy Maurer, Brad Roll that's here, and John Gamble. Thank you. And the public relations staffs, Harvey Green, he's been great. 11 years I've worked with Harvey. Fudge Brown in community relations. Thank you, Fudge. there's one person that's kind of unique, our video man, Dave Hack. He's the only person that has seen every touchdown pass that I've ever thrown. I thought that was kind of neat. I've played with so many different players over the years, and thrown touchdown passes to 20 or 51 different players. But there are some special players in my career that I would like to acknowledge. When I started out here with the Miami Dolphins, I had a great group of receivers. Mark Duper, Mark Clayton, Nat Moore, Jim Jensen, Jimmy Cefalo. But there will always be a special place in my heart for Duper and Clayton. They caught more touchdown passes than anybody that I've ever played with. And as they have always said, they made me look good. They made me a star. Don Strock, thanks for helping me when I was a young quarterback. Thanks to Dwight Stevenson, who was the most incredible leader on the field. He's a Hall of Fame player as well as a Hall of Fame person. Thank you, Dwight. And more recently to Richmond Webb, who was on my left side and taking care of me for so many years, and to probably the toughest football player I ever played with, O.J. McDuffie. Thank to all of you guys. You know, you made life easy for me. Some special friends that are here, Marvin Demoff. We've been through a lot this past month. I want to thank Marvin for coming from Los Angeles. Another person, Ralph Stringer, who's helped me a lot in my community work here. I want to thank him. I want to thank the members of the media for covering me throughout my career and supporting a lot of things that I do charitable-wise. I have some close friends that have done a lot of work with me, and I appreciate that. And finally, to the Dolphin fans. It has been an honor to play here in front of great and supportive fans. Together, we have shared many memories. I feel that I've always had a special relationship with Dolphin fans everywhere. I thank you for being behind me throughout my career. I hope you have enjoyed these 17 years as much as I have. I want to thank everybody in the organization, all the players I've ever played with, and my family, and for the media coming out here today. It's been great. Thank you very much. Thanks, Wayne.
Well, Danny, I know that I speak for all your fans when I say that we will miss you on the field. And to put it simply, Danny, nobody did it better than you. You are the greatest quarterback ever, holding countless records, including over 61,000 yards passing, which is about 34 miles, or approximately the distance from here to Palm Beach. And your 420 touchdown passes is a record that will probably never be broken. And I know that's the one that you're the most proud of.
Thank you, Wayne. I guess we're going to open it up for question and answers. Not any tough ones, though, please.
Dan, in your 17-year career, is there any one moment, one game, one play that stands out?
Well, it's hard for one play to make a difference in 17 years of playing in the NFL. It's hard to pick one play, but I think there was a touchdown pass that I threw to Mark Duper that helped us get into the Super Bowl in the Orange Bowl in 1984. Something that I talked about preparing during the week for playing a championship game, and it worked perfect all week in practice, and it worked perfect in the game. And when those things happen, it's very special. But it's hard to pick one.
Dan, why did you decide to retire? Was it family, physical?
That's a good question. I really struggled with this. This has been the toughest month of my life as far as dealing with playing football or retiring. After the season, I pretty much thought that I was not going to play anymore, and I felt that way for a while. And I think it was because of the physical aspects of the game. It kept coming back to how my legs felt during last season, going through the neck injury, not knowing whether I was going to be able to throw the football, and family reasons also. But Claire, I mean, and the kids, they were great. They wanted me to play, to be honest with you. It was my decision, family decision and a health decision.
Hey, Dan,
Yeah.
over here. Can you understand the great sense of loss from the community's standpoint?
I'm not sure. I know that I have a sense of loss that's huge right now because I know that I'm not going to be out there playing anymore. And, that's a huge loss for me, and I know that the fans of the Dolphins, it's a huge loss for them, and I appreciate that.
Danny, can you talk
We're all
about...
having a good time. It should be a good, positive day.
Danny, talk about it's unusual in sports today to find one guy start and finish his career with one team, and you were able to do that. Talk about that significance.
Well, there's no doubt that was a factor in some of my decision in not playing anymore. In this day and age, playing 17 years for one team is something very special, and it's, like I said earlier, I'm very, very proud of it. There's not many, players that get that opportunity these days, and I'm glad I did.
I wonder if you could just set the record straight on how close it really got with you and the Vikings and how seriously you were taking that offer?
Well, anytime you play football for, I think I've been playing since I've been 8 years old, a little kid playing professionally as long as I have, you get excited when a coach calls you, and Denny Green called, and he's a very persuasive guy, and I'll be honest with you, they have some outstanding receivers, guys that I would have loved to throw to. And, I was excited about it, but the emotional swings that I had back and forth in those, week or so that we had meetings and we discussed my possibility of going to the Vikings, was incredible. And I considered it seriously, and there was times I told Claire where we're going, and then 2 hours later I said, no, I don't think I can go. I mean, it's the toughest thing that I kind of had to deal with professionally in my life.
Dan, did you feel you had a chance to return to the Dolphins, and did you weigh heavily on whether or not you wanted to?
Yeah, I could have, but I think that, the circumstances, last year and the things that I felt that I probably wouldn't be a Dolphin after the last game. And not only because of playing here 17 years, but I think just the situation, a new coach, and Dave's here, and just felt I probably wouldn't be playing for the Dolphins. In fact, I probably wouldn't be playing anywhere. And, until after, I think it was 2 weeks ago or so, my mind was made up to retire.
Dan, how difficult was it to come to this decision without ever having won a Super Bowl? I know obviously that has been a huge motivation.
That was the burning desire. Every time I talk to Dennis Green or any of the other coaches around the league, that's what I play for, and that was the only reason really to continue to play. Did I feel that I was going to have a chance to win a Super Bowl, and that has been a dream of mine my whole career. And I'm not going to have that chance, but it does not take away from what I've done personally. I think that I wanted to know what it felt like, as a player, to win a Super Bowl. And anytime you have a chance maybe to get that, you're going to want to play.
Dan, in the back here.
Yeah.
Can you just take us back all the way to the beginning and recall the first time you ever picked up a football, the first time you ever threw a football, and what was it about the game that made you fall in love with it?
Well, Mike, I could throw it ever since I could remember. It's been a long time throwing a football. I played early for the Catholic grade school that I grew up right across the street in Pittsburgh, played there, and had some great games. The field was right down the street from my house, and I remember we would go to church, and and go to mass in full dress uniform before we went to the field to play. But the one memories I always remember was how fortunate I was to have a father that was there that could spend time with me every day. And my dad is the one that taught me how to throw a football. And I mentioned earlier how he was the best coach that I've ever had, not only in some fundamentals of the game, but, you know, in life.
Dan, Coach Shula talked about, to your right, Coach Shula talked about when he first retired, that first Sunday is so tough. How tough do you think it'll be for you?
I think it's going to be extremely tough. I mean, it's been tough the last month just thinking about it. You know, I've had discussions with other players, friends of mine that have been through this same thing, and you know, they say that, you know, it really never leaves you. After time, it does go away, but you always feel that you can play, and the sensation that you get and the excitement, you know, it never goes away.
Dan, up here. Have you thought about what options you're looking at in terms of life after football now?
Sure, there's a lot of options. I think really what I want to do is, you know, I've had plenty of business opportunities that are presented me. I'm going to need some time just to sit back and think about what I want to do, talk with the family, see what I want to do. I've always thought maybe I would want to do television. I'm not sure about that. Get into business personally. One thing is for sure is I'll be able to take control of my life a little more. So, you know, I'm going to look at a lot of different options.
Right about now for him. Got emotional almost right off the bat at the top of this news conference that began about 30 minutes ago. A lot of golf and a lot of time with the family now ahead for Dan Marino. I think he's going over to talk to Coach Shula now. There he is with Wayne Huizenga, hugging Coach Shula.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you.
Dan Marino thanked a lot of people. His coach, Don Shula, owner Wayne Huizenga,